Good afternoon, this is Sean with Gas Analysis Service, and I'm going to show you real quick how we take a gas sample for this particular customer right here. This is a monthly sample. We pull an H2S reading for them so that they can keep track of their H2S. We use a monitor that we put the calibration unit on with the hose, set that in your flow line, let it flow for about 30 seconds, and then we'll see what our reading is. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And you don't have to open your valve very far, just enough to get a little bit of a gas flow over your sensor, and we'll let that flow. When we pull up to a site, one of the very first things we want to do is we want to open this valve, make sure that there isn't any condensate or water or any kind of liquid that's going to give you a bad sample. If that were to ever arise, just crack your valve. You're still going to get the same sample. It'll just take a half of a second longer to fill the bottle up. So just crack your valve. That way you don't get a bunch of condensate and possibly have to come out and re-pull a sample that isn't wet. So here we are. We get about 2 parts per million, and that's what we're going to mark on our card for our customer. Next step is we'll put a gauge on here. I've already done it once, and this particular flow line has 165 psi on it. Next step, we're going to go ahead and grab our sample bottle. What we're going to do is we're going to crack this valve just a little bit, just to purge out. What we're doing is we're purging out any air that could be in this fitting right here and any air that's going to be in our valve. Let that flow for just a second, and go ahead and tighten it on. Since I know that this flow line is a dry flow line, I'm going to go ahead and open my valve a little bit more. All of our sample bottles that come from us at Gas Analysis Service have a vacuum on them. You'll notice on the back of the card that per pressure you have a certain amount of purge times. We follow that regardless of if it has a vacuum or it doesn't have a vacuum. That just makes sure that we get a good sample. All of our bottles are clean with a vacuum.